John Alan Redwood is a British Conservative Party politician and Member of Parliament for Wokingham in the county of Berkshire. He was formerly Secretary of State for Wales in Prime Minister John Major's cabinet and was an unsuccessful challenger for the leadership of the Conservative Party in 1995. He is currently co-chairman of the Conservative Party's Policy Review Group on Economic Competitiveness. He is employed by N M Rothschild and Amp Sons, Member of Parliament. He was an Oxfordshire County Councillor between 1973 and 1977, the youngest ever at the age of 21 when elected, and contested Southwark, Peckham in October 1982 at the Peckham by-election 1982, which also brought Harriet Harman into public view. Redwood became MP for Wokingham in 1987. Redwood was made a Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State in July 1989 for Corporate Affairs at the Department of Trade and Industry. In November 1990, he was promoted to Minister of State. Redwood became Minister for Local Government and Inner Cities after the 1992 general election, where he successfully saw to the abolition of the community charge, known as the poll tax, and its replacement, the council tax. Redwood has voted against key LGBT rights questions, being opposed to attempts to reduce the age of consent for homosexuality in both 1994 and 1999, choosing to vote to keep Section 28 in November 2003, and general opposition to same-sex marriage. He also voted for the reintroduction of capital punishment in 1988, 1990 and 1994. In government. In the May 1993 government reshuffle, Redwood was appointed to the cabinet as Secretary of State for Wales. According to some, he was energetic during his time as Secretary of State for Wales, while others consider it to be somewhat controversial. He deferred several road widening schemes which would have endangered the environment of rural areas in Wales. In 1995 he was at loggerheads with the Countryside Council for Wales because he had decided to cut its grant by 16%. He also launched a scheme to provide more funding for popular schools with high numbers of applicants and concentrated extra expenditure on health and education services away from administrative overheads. Redwood consequently gained a somewhat haughty reputation with apparent disregard for national feeling. This did not endear him further to some of the population, most memorably when in 1995 he returned £100 million of Wales's block grant to the Treasury unspent. Redwood's most famous gaffe was his attempt in 1993 to mime to the Welsh national anthem at the Welsh Conservative Party conference when he clearly did not know the words. Redwood subsequently learned the anthem, but, in August 2007, an unconnected news story on Redwood was illustrated with the same clip resulted in Tory activists filing complaints, and as a result the BBC apologized to Redwood for airing the dated footage. 1995 leadership contest. When John Major tendered his resignation as Conservative leader in 1995, Redwood resigned from the cabinet and stood against Major in the subsequent party leadership election on the 26th of June. In the ballot held on the 4th of July, Redwood received 89 votes, around a quarter of the then parliamentary party. Major received 218 votes, or two-thirds of the parliamentary party vote. The newspaper The Sun had declared its support for Redwood in the run-up to the leadership contest, running the front-page headline, "Redwood vs. Deadwood." After the 1997 general election defeat, when Major resigned as party leader after the general election defeat of 1997, Redwood stood in the resulting election for the leadership, and was again defeated. Redwood was appointed Shadow Secretary of State for the Environment, Transport and the Regions, but was dropped in a mini reshuffle in February 2000. Redwood's local constituency association had received numerous donations from the Mabey Group, and in 2001 Redwood became chairman of a Mabey Family Trust, continuing for 6 years until 2007. Political funding. The Wokingham Conservative Constituency Association has received £475,319.53 since 2005. Since 2010, Redwood has received over £300,000 in remunerations from Evercore Pan Asset Capital Management Limited, a financial management company, and about £80,000 since 2010 from pump manufacturing company Concentric plc. He has received upwards of £9,000 in private donations from individuals. Caroline and her husband Nicholas Alan Samuel, 5th Viscount Bearsted, satirized. Redwood's appearance has led to some commentators, originally former Conservative MP turned political sketch writer Matthew Paris, noting similarities between him and Star Trek's Spock, and Sir Redwood is often called a Vulcan. Redwood's tenure as Secretary of State for Wales was summarised humorously by Adam Price, an MP for Plaid Cymru, as the most bizarre political appointment since Caligula made his horse a senator. In the media, Redwood was interviewed about the rise of Thatcherism for the 2006 BBC TV documentary series Tory, and continues to appear regularly on TV, such BBC's Question Time. Bibliography. I don't like politics, but I want to make a difference. Politico's Publishing. October 2006. ISBN 9781842751824. Singing the Blues, 30 Years of Tory Civil War. Politico's Publishing. October 2004. ISBN 9781842750766. Just Say No. 100 Arguments Against the Euro. Politico's Publishing. July 2001. ISBN 9781902301990. Stars and Stripes. The Coming Conflict Between the USA and the European Union. Palgrave Macmillan. February 2001. ISBN 9780333918418. The Death of Britain. Palgrave Macmillan. May 1999. ISBN 9780333744390. Our Currency, Our Country, Dangers of European Monetary Union. Penguin Books. March 1997. ISBN 9780140265231. Public Enterprise in Crisis, Future of Nationalized Industries. Blackwell Publishers. November 1980. ISBN 9780631125822. Personal life. He married Gail Felicity Chippington, a barrister, on the 20th of April 1974 in Chipping Norton. They had 2 children, Catherine and Richard. They divorced acrimoniously in 2003.